You can see them squishing in. I'm sorry about those suits. I mean, those suits are made for children, you know. And I try to tell them, "Oh, do you have any extra larges?" And they're like, "Wait, those are large. How large are these kids that you're putting into these suits?"
6'5".
So maybe one of these years we'll have our own specially made Flaming Lips suits. At the moment, we're just getting the suits that are out there that kids are wearing, and we put this special branding on the back. And I'm sorry, I apologize to all the giant people in the room here. So gather around, all Flaming Skeleton participants. Come on into the tent. I know you can see them over there. They're just like smoking a joint or something. What's that? I thought I saw it here somewhere. Yeah, look around. See if you got it. All flaming skeleton marchers, come into the tent. Come on, you guys. Come on in. Come on.
Thank you.
Do we look like we're getting? I know. See, there's that group right over there. Scott, go tell those people that you're. Well, you guys all look wonderful. I like this idea of how everybody doesn't really get to do their own face. They have to have someone sort of help them make their skeleton face, and everybody kind of does their own trip. And we originally thought everybody would have a mask on, but we thought that'd just be weird because you might catch on fire and you wouldn't be able to see. And this actually turned out to be even a better idea. All right, here they come. Here they come. Okay, so we're going to start to talk about the serious part of being one of the 1,000 flaming skeletons. Let me just say, as I've been walking around here today, people come up to me and they say, "Wayne, this is so cool that you do this." Well, the truth is, I wouldn't be able to do this if the Flaming Lips didn't have such cool fucking fans to begin with. That's the truth. I mean, I know that I love doing stuff like this, but I somewhere in my mind, I think, you know, if I love it, I bet Flaming Lips fans would love it. And thank you guys for participating, for volunteering, for being part of this thing. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is, but I know we all get to do something absurd and make this sort of spectacle through downtown together. And for that, that makes you all wonderful people. You're the greatest people that will ever live, in my opinion, and that's the truth. No, it's true, because people, especially people in Oklahoma City, sit around and say, you know, there's nothing to do, and they wait for the world to, you know, to do something out there. And I like the way we're just doing it ourselves. We're not waiting for something to come along and say, let's just do this thing. And without you guys, it wouldn't happen. So we're doing it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys being here for me and the Flaming Lips, and really for Oklahoma City. I mean, I think this makes Oklahoma City look cool. I mean, maybe Oklahoma City isn't even this cool, but you guys are cool, and it makes Oklahoma City look cool just because you're doing it. But I want you guys all to know that we take it serious, because we're going to be carrying real fire. And a little bit earlier, you know, I was walking around, and we joked about how people were going to go get something to eat and maybe get drunk, but we really don't want anybody to be drunk. And I don't really think if anybody's here, they're hiding it well. I really don't think anybody is. But we're going to give you a torch, and it's going to have real fire on it. And the person in front of you doesn't want you to burn up their back of their heads, and the person behind you, you don't want them burning up your head, and the person beside you. So we all are going to do this and have as much kind of fun as we can. We also want to be aware that we have this personal responsibility not to burn each other up. And I'm not saying that this is overly dangerous. I don't think we would do it if we thought it was overly dangerous. But it's adult stuff. And so I want everybody to remember as we go, because it's going to take a little while to do this walk. Last year it took maybe about 45 minutes. And there's times when we think we're walking, but we have to stop because Elvira's dress has gotten caught in the spokes of some float or something. But for whatever the reason, we'll stop a lot and we'll just kind of hang there and it'll move along. So just, you've got to just move along and have fun. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get frustrated. There'll be a lot of people taking pictures of you, and you'll look great in all these pictures. There'll be videos on YouTube tomorrow of you guys doing this wonderful thing. You deserve better than YouTube. The news will be here. But the reason we want to be on the news is because this is cool and wonderful. And the last thing we would want is to be on any news because someone in Oklahoma City got burned up, okay? We don't want that. We want this to be done by cool, smart, kind people who like to do this sort of thing. So, again, we don't want people, if you feel like you're going to get tired, or you feel like you want to get drunk or any of that, midway through just stop if you get that in your mind, or if you're next to somebody, talk them out of that. We're going to walk with some distance between us. It's hard to keep everybody the same distance as we go because we stop and start, but try to keep a distance from each other. The way we're going to begin is we're going to line up the torches. There's a little spot over here just to the south of the tent, and there's a street that's full of all the other floats at the moment. We're going to line up the torches over there, and as you go by, a couple of the Flaming Lips volunteers will say, here's a torch, and you're going to grab one. But we're not going to light them just yet. We're all going to get in our formation, and we're all going to have a torch, and when you I'm going to light the first one, but really then you guys can all light them off each other. It really goes a lot faster. As soon as one's lit, everybody can just light them. Be careful, but I mean, you guys are smart and you're into this thing. When you get your torch, make sure that it has enough wick. Look at it, make sure the wick is out of the top. We don't want very much wick, but a little bit. Just look at it and say, this is my torch and I'm responsible for this. We're all going to get in rows. I don't know how many will be in a row, maybe 6 to a row, maybe 10, I'm not sure. But I want to warn you, there's some spots along the route that get kind of squished down. And we're just going to go through it, and we're going to say, okay, well, we're squished, but as soon as not, we're going to separate from each other. And we're not going to act like we have to all squish in together because the front part will be through, and 5 minutes later, the last part will be through. So I don't know where you'll be, and you don't know where you'll be, but whenever you start to get squished, don't worry about it, okay? I can't be with you. I'd love to be with you, but I have to be in the space bubble that's behind you guys, okay? So I'll be watching you all from the protection of my beautiful space bubble, but I wish I could be there with you. Michael will lead this whole procession, and we're all just going to be in this thing together. They think it's going to start at about 7:30, which is a little less than an hour from now, but I think it's probably going to start a little bit sooner. So if you want, let's all just start to be in this area over here. We'll just start to be in this area over here. Here comes some more skeletons. But I want to warn you, these sound systems that I've concocted for this thing, they play music really, really fucking loud, all right? And you're going to be standing by some really loud Flaming Lips music made just for the parade for an hour or so. So do the best you can. If it's too much, just sort of get into another spot. Do the best you can. But once it starts, we're all just doing it, okay? So like I said, we're going to move my sound system, so I can't talk to you again, but we're all going to start to gather over in that area. The Flaming Lips crew are going to help us get into our areas. We're all going to line up, and somehow we're all going to know that we're going to start, and then we'll be doing it. Let it be said that I love you guys. I love that we have this. I don't think any other band ever in the existence of bands would be able to do a thing like this with their audience. And let's do it again next year. Let's hope nobody gets hurt. There's people with fire extinguishers all around you. If you feel as though you're catching on fire, where someone next to you is, there's someone with the fire extinguisher will be close by. And we don't want people catching on fire and dropping their torches. Just stay calm. Someone will be there to help you. We all want to take care of each other. And let's have fun. Yeah!